league on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. This should be a good one to watch. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Florida humidity certain to be a factor in this one. There's no other way to say it, really. It is hot. It is humid here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Certainly happy to have you along. Chase McLaughlin has it on the tee, and off we go here in Tampa. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So the Commanders make their way out on offense for the first time here, and it's the rookie Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick, leading the way.
And he was the number 2 overall pick in the draft because he is special. A dual-threat athlete at the quarterback position, beats you with his arm and his legs, and runs the ball better than any quarterback since maybe Lamar Jackson came out of Louisville. But with that being said, he's got to be smart about how he runs the football. He puts himself in position to take some big shots. He's got to be on the field and available for him and his team to be successful.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Daniels. This one caught by Crowder. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Daniels. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Bucs getting ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Baker Mayfield leading him out in his 2nd season as a Buccaneer and his 7th overall.
And he had a most impressive bounce-back season last year, nearly leading his team to the NFC Championship game. That's not something you see every day, and he was rewarded for it as Tampa Bay decided to make him definitely their quarterback for the future. Now for him, he wants to prove it's not a one-year thing, and in fact, he is the long-term answer for this franchise.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And this will be incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now a 2nd and 10. Slot man moves right. Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay.
Godwin with a nice grab there, and he's been a consistent weapon for this Buccaneers offense. although a bit unheralded. He's eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark for each of his last 3 seasons, and his ability to make plays on all 3 levels is invaluable for not just his franchise, but his quarterback, Baker Mayfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They will run for the first time here with White. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And that good, strong run could serve a little bit as a metaphor because White is someone who took a sizable leap from year 1 to year 2. Essentially doubled his yardage output with over 1,500 yards from scrimmage, and that success appears to have carried over to this season.
Throwing, Mayfield. On the move past the 40. He's into space past the 25. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Cade Otton from 17 yards out. And the Bucs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
It's Eckler again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And we'll pause here for an injury. I believe that's a running back. Yeah, that's Rashad White, who's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we step aside for just a moment. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mayfield looks to throw. That's completed right side to Palmer. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Up the middle they go. Irving. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Getting to him for the loss there, that's Kalijah Cansey.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Motion man is Crowder. Gets around him, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 10. To the air goes Daniels. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one too wide and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. That's caught down the field by Palmer. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Palmer going in motion right. Here's Mayfield. That's again complete to Palmer. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. As they've got it as we resume action. And a hard-working run here as he's got it in 20, down to the 17. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Palmer going to go in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Daniels. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown, 61 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Commanders 7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's got Otten. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Mayfield to throw it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mayfield down. There's a short one taken in by Otten. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. This 2nd and 4. Mayfield off the play fake. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 9. Once more, here's Eckler. Busts through the tackle. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
offense so far on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Daniels looking to throw. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brandon, you know more about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A huge play there for Washington. And even 50 yards.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a second. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. Here's Daniels. This is caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin from 6 yards away. And the Commanders are back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
The York on now for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And again, it's Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 6-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing now is Daniels. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Play action, now it's Daniels. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. He completes it to Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here now, 2nd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs were treated to a fine first half by their quarterback. That's Baker Mayfield. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to get this out to the 25. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Mayfield looks to throw. It's caught. This is White. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now Mayfield. That's complete to Palmer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First down, here's White. Shelling through the defense. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down and 4. From the gun, Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They go play action. Mayfield. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Motion man is Crowder. Eckler going to get it again on second down. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
To throw is Daniels. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down. Eckler now between the tackles. And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 35.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Daniels from the gun on third down. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. They go play action. Daniels. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
Second down.
To the air goes Daniels. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
York now for the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
The York on now for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Mayfield to throw it. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. A little juke. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd and a couple. Opting to run again here with White. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down at 7. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. It'll be a gain of 5. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Buccaneers field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Off the play fake. Daniels throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
The Bucs ready to take over once again. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10,
just shy of the 30. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Going with White here, toss left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Mayfield on play action. Throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Out, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Washington offense set to take over. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They go with White on the counter. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Mayfield now. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He completes it right side away. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
In motion right is Evans. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 1st down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. In motion right, Evans. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 1st down.
In motion goes the tight end. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He finds his target. It's Evans. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here's Mayfield. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll go up the middle with White, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll come up now on 2nd down. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get this down only to the 18. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. They will run with White out of the shotgun. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now Washington down by a field goal. 1:17 remains. Now they need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. This is Robinson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Back to throw. He juked him. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Oh, and how important could that play be in determining a winner here? That moves the ball all the way to the other side of the field, and now you're one completion away from at least getting into field goal range to tie things up. But with the time remaining, they've still got a shot to win this as well.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Cade York on now for the field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. York able to send this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And with time a factor, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7. Here comes 2nd down. Now Mayfield. That's complete to Otten. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. Breaks through the contact. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a first throw here in overtime. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
On the handoff, this is White to the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
52 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Now a give to White.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So it's a win for the Bucs here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, CD, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with the way he ran the show, partner. He was in total control right from the get-go. Finished with over 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. I don't think he could have played a whole lot better than that.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.